Rich Mannello, second week we get a chance to talk to you. Another big game, though. I mean, the Wolfpack were no slouch. Unfortunate for them, their quarterback's a heck of an athlete. He's down. But a different team. But nonetheless, you guys had to come play the football game against the Wolfpack.
Yeah, I said over there, there's no question, in my opinion, that's the toughest collection of young men football players in the conference, I think. I've said that for years. I'm convinced of it. And they do not get rattled. You know, they won 2 games in the fourth quarter, and you can see why. And their quarterback's one heck of a football player. Unfazed when they came out here. They took it to us on both sides of the football, and they ran a punt back. He was pinned on the -20 and went all the way. Just hats off to that program, the school, and that coaching staff. That was an incredible coaching job on their side. You know, and to our guys, they said, listen, first and foremost, our thoughts right now are with Jake. That was a bad one. That's as bad as I've seen, and what a tough young man and the spirit that he has. And they said that all we care about tonight is him, and more so forward, keeping him in with us and keeping his spirits up, because that's gonna be a long recovery, but he'll do it. He'll be back. In relation to this game, you know, we couldn't sustain drives. We had to make some big plays, which we did, but we opened a can of worms there, and they ran the ball on us, right? There's no mystery there. I don't even have to look at the stats. I can hear that from the sideline. So we've got to learn from that film, and we will, and we can't repeat these mistakes, but it's going that room on the left, John. It's it. I mean, we got to keep moving metal as if it's January.
They had a running back. He's saying he's 6 foot 240. He might have been 255. He's a big boy.
Yeah.
He's running the ball. He's running it hard. But you got guys like Tyler Dzinski, 180 pounds.
Yeah.
But man, he's a tough, hard-nosed kid.
Yeah, he is, and they are. And you know, we're making up for the lack of girth right now, if you would, and strength with speed on defense. But I tell you, 44. He was the first one I grabbed. That is one tough back. And I hope he goes on to play in college football, because he should. You know, there's a place for a young football player like that.
They got a bunch of guys, 6'1", 225 pounds. Malik Robinson's a nice athlete for them. We go back to you guys. You got guys like Lucas Savage who'll make plays for you. Ormondo made some plays. There's a bunch of guys that nobody even knows named in the 50s, 51, 57, 56. Lucas Schultz ran back that fumble recovery. Talk about guys like that. Nice to have that.
Yeah, and what's happened is you're starting to see the evolution of the program. So these guys, we don't use scout players here anymore. The young kids work teamwork themselves. That next line of guys, we go best against best as much as we can, so that this is what you're seeing. You know, these guys are working against each other when they were younger against the better kids, but they're not really scout. They're not holding bags. They're doing our stuff, and they're getting better. So then if their technique is up to speed, and then it's just a matter of how strong can we get them and how quickly. You know, okay, those are all 10th graders, those guys you're rattling off there.
Big plays, big-time player. R.J. Wren, he didn't make a whole lot of great plays today, but he'll make a big one for you every game. And you need guys like that, and his leadership's invaluable.
Yeah, his stewardship. I mean, he steers the boat. And you will not see him rattled. I don't care what happens out here. He will not get rattled, and he'll make those plays. And he doesn't press. He doesn't do that. He's confident in his ability, and he's confident in his strength. And it comes back to that room, John. You know, he moves a lot of weight in that room, so that gives him the added confidence. You know, and this is his turn in his year.
I know you mentioned a bit up there about Jake Delgado, and on our broadcast, our thoughts and prayers are with him and his family. Dad just texted me. I think, you know, obviously he's got a significant injury there, but much like life, you got to pick it up and you got to go again. Like there's going to be things that happen to all of us in life. And this team responded. You guys had to go out and play. Talk a little bit about, you know, the emotions of the highs of starting out, then you got to go through a tough time. Boy, the Wolfpack, they were so they honored him in their own. Everybody was quiet. You couldn't hear a sound in the stadium.
I had to get my composure, to be honest with you, but he's a Delgado. Enough said. He will be back. I mean, there is an inner strength there with that family. You know, his brother willed himself into 1A football, and he will make it. And this one will come back. Jake will be back. If you know, the story of Jake on where he was a year ago to be the starting tailback here at Dallas, an I-formation team, And linebacker, he would be starting. We'd just try to roll guys so that we can keep a rotation going, on both sides of the ball. But he's a starting caliber linebacker from where he was a year ago. And that's how hard he worked, not just the 1 year, but since he's been here. And we'll get him back. He will be back. He will be back.
Rich Mannello, thank you.
Thanks.